Hey everybody, and welcome to the raid on Harpers Ferry by me, Riley. Did you know during the raid there were only 21 slave abolitionists fighting to take Harpers Ferry? And that only one man was trained with a gun out of all 21? 1859, October 16th. The raid on Harpers Ferry had finally broke out. This long past due moment began due to heated debates on the states that would and wouldn't have slavery. Harpers Ferry was a town and an arsenal seized by men who disagreed with slavery, making the northern side very angry, causing battles to outbreak. Brown had gathered up 60 hostages, hoping that some slaves would step forth and help him in battle. None came forth. The raid on Harpers Ferry was caused by slavery starting to get known as unfair, due to the mistreatment of slaves. Groups of people started hiding, feeding, and protecting them. This was frowned upon now, unlike ever thought of before. The raid on Harpers Ferry started October 16th and ended October 18th of 1859. This was one of the first armed slave revolts. It included John Brown and 20 men in his party. This revolt was ended by the famous Robert E. Lee with the U.S. Marines. Brown and his men captured prominent citizens and seized the Federal Army and arsenal. Brown hoped the revolt on Harpers Ferry would open eyes to other people around the country. Early morning, Brown raided the arsenal's engine house, but this did not last long. That afternoon, a Marine group led by Robert E. Lee captured Brown, and Brown was shortly sentenced to death afterwards. John Brown had a pretty straightforward idea: to take a base on Blue Ridge and launch attacks on slaveholders. The raid ultimately started the event of the Civil War. Although there are many people that don't think that the raid on Harpers Ferry is a big deal, it is. Not only were they trying to stop slavery in Harpers Ferry, they were also trying to change people's minds about it. The reason that the raid on Harpers Ferry hadn't already happened is because Brown was asked to postpone the launch because one of his followers threatened to reveal the plan, a threat that a blackmailer would not follow through on. So Brown agreed to going into hiding once again. At the end of all of this, 10 of Brown's men were killed, 7 of them were captured, and 5 of them had escaped. Some of the people that were killed were 2 of his sons, sadly. Even after the death of John Brown, people finally learned that it's not okay to use people as their own personal slaves. John Brown had actually done something to help a country in need of him, putting it into people's minds that slavery is bad. He had finally abolished slavery. The end.